Good morning, everyone. Please join me in Gasho. Mida Chigan no Kokai ni Bombu Zenaku no Shinsui mo Kinyu shi nureba sunawachi ni Daishin to zo tenzu naru. When into the ocean of Amida's wisdom vow, the waters of the good and evil, hearts of foolish beings have entered, then immediately they change into the great heart of compassion. Good morning, everyone. I hope all of you are tuning in and finding yourselves healthy and well. Today I'm having to speak to you from home because there's a slight possibility that I have been exposed to the COVID-19 virus. When I heard I had to go back and check and see all the people who I had come into contact with over the past few days since my possible exposure. Even with the cautions we take, it's amazing how many people we come into contact with. I contacted everyone, and I will have to follow up with them once I know the results of the tests. I have also had to self-quarantine and cancel appointments and adjust services like this one here today. I am feeling fine today, and I am glad and still able to share with you the Dharma. I don't want you to be alarmed. I'm doing fine. The past few days have made me so grateful to my wife for her support and her concern. I'm also grateful to those who have shared their concern, even though I am not sick. But just the possibility of being sick has generated a flurry of concern. I'm also being made aware of the myriad of connections we have in life and how dependent we are on each other for our daily needs in life. Just the mere and slight possibility of exposure to the virus has crippled my movements, but affords me time to reflect upon my life. In my foolishness, I begin to imagine the worst. I'm already experiencing old age. Now I'm imagining the experience of a sickness, even though it's only imagined. The only thing left for me to experience now is my death. In my foolish way, I think that the world revolves around me. I wonder what will become of those who depend on me if I do die. There is so much that I do at home. Who will take care of the yard? Who will water the plants? Who will mop the floors? Who will cook lunch? Who will cook dinner? Who will take out the trash? Who will clean the windows? Well, I don't clean the windows anyway, so who will take care of the temples that I take care of? As I have found out, and I have been reminded of, is that the world will not stop with my death. The world will continue. Someone will take care of the home. Someone will take care of the temple. My death will be a momentary blip in the world as the world continues on. This is what Shinran meant when he talked about the foolish being. I wallow in my self-pity and revel in the idea that I am so needed in this world. Now that I am confronted with my own mortality, I call for help. Many years ago, there was a commercial on TV that was for the lifeline, a way of calling for help. In the commercial, the woman says, "Help! I've fallen and I can't get up." This commercial soon became the subject of jokes and skits and became a well-known phrase in American culture. Even went international. Here is a short video I'd like to share with you.
Oh, Dad, before you go, I bought you something. Life alert, as seen on TV.
Back in the day, commercials were simple and to the point, especially this classic.
I've fallen, and I can't get up. Just
Why is no one helping her? Help her!
We're sending help immediately, Mrs. Fletcher.
Oh, good, they're coming.
The only help I had was this life call pendant I wear around my neck. I pressed the button. I've fallen and I can't get up.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
This is Life Alert. Are you okay?
I've fallen off the ladder and I can't get up.
I have fallen and I can't get up.
This is Life Alert. Are you okay?
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Help! Huh? I'm up here. I've fallen and I can't get up.
Just press this button, speak into the air.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Well, she keeps calling. What should I do?
I'll get you off that phone. Rose, I've fallen and can't get up. Help me!
Had a great fall. Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
You want my help or not?
I'd rather crawl.
What the hell are you doing?
Oh, he's fallen and he can't get up.
There's got to be something better on than this Japanese channel.
Oh, look, that old lady falls down and can't get up in Tokyo, too.
Yeah, well, sayonara.
I can't get up and I don't have one of those things. I shouldn't have laughed at that old lady on TV.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
We're sending help immediately, Mrs. Fletcher.
See?
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. I said I've fallen.
Medic alert! At your service!
Oh, thank goodness. You see, I've fallen and I can't get... Mister? Sir? My things are... What are you doing?
When we were young and healthy, the humor in this video is, well, funny. But when you're older like myself, the desperation in the call for help is not so funny. At my age, I am more aware of the feeling of being alone, of being scared, and being hurt. I believe the Lifeline was created by someone who had a parent, or they themselves were in a position where they or their parent were in a helpless point in their life, where they needed help. The simple call device would reach out and the person on the other end would send help. It was designed, like its name implies, as a lifeline. And a person has to be in a desperate situation to push the button and say, I've fallen and I can't get up. It is sometimes hard to admit that we are in trouble, that we are in need. Perhaps it'll happen at the moment we are confronted with our own death. And we use this communication device, Namu Amidabutsu, the Jodo Shinshu lifeline, if you will. In truth, we do not need the lifeline. Amida is always and constantly and consistently concerned for us, always embracing us. The trouble with us is that we don't realize that we are in a desperate situation. We live life like we are going to live forever. We don't appreciate or realize the concern that is extended towards us. We don't realize or appreciate the Buddha's concern for us. Many of you, perhaps all of you here, are here because someone encouraged you to come here. Your parents made you come. I know when I was younger, my parents made me go to the temple. That's because they had a concern for your well-being, for my well-being. How will they handle all the difficulties that life throws at them? How will they cope when life seems unfair? How will they survive the ups and downs that life brings to them? That's why they made us go to the temple. That's why they wanted us to listen to the Dharma. You know, when I was growing up, I didn't think my father had any concern for me at all. He never went to any of my school events, and I never saw him at anything that I accomplished. My father wasn't concerned about me. And then he came to my graduation from the IBS. And he asked, "Who is that?" And he was pointing to Reverend Kusada. And I said, "That's my teacher." And he said, "If he's your teacher, you will be okay." Then I understood that he was concerned for me. You know, Reverend Saiga in Japan tells a personal story about how when he was at a very early age, he became ill and his legs began to hurt. His mother would massage his legs, but nothing changed. And then it was discovered that he had polio. Over the next few years, his leg became shorter and weaker, and soon he was walking with a pronounced limp. He became the target of teasing and ridicule by his fellow students. And on one particular day, he was walking, or he was limping home, and he stumbled and fell, scattering his books and pens and things all over the ground. Several other students nearby came to him, and he thought, "They're going to help me." Instead, they took his school things and they ran away, teasing him, calling him names, and taunting him. So he chased after them, which only increased the teasing. He eventually returned home in tears and told his parents what had happened. Well, Reverend Saiga's father took him out, and he thought his father was going to find the boys that teased him and punish them. Instead, Reverend Saiga's father took him to a nearby pier, and they sat down with their legs dangling over the edge. His father said to him, "You know, the boys tease you because you limp. If you don't want to be teased, don't limp." "But Father, my one leg is shorter than the other." The father said, "If you try, you can walk normal." Reverend Saiga thought, his father is so cruel. He then felt his father's hand on his shoulder. As he looked into his father's face, he saw tears streaming down his face. And he realized his father's deep concern for him. Reverend Saiga says that was the first time that he encountered the Buddha. This story reminds me of the little things that others do for me. And when I'm reminded that others are concerned for me, I say Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu, acknowledging what has already taken place, what has been done for me by others. Amida Buddha's concern for me. Today, here in Salinas, we're observing the monthly Shotsuki Hoyo. The memorial is an important time to be reminded of the profound message from our deceased parents, grandparents, and Sangha members. Like our parents, Amida Buddha has a deep concern for our situation, being alone and unable to get up. Amida has great sadness for our situation. And just like our parent, he or she has nothing but love and caring for us. Even though we are not physically down on the floor and unable to get up, until we sense the compassion of Amida, then we become aware of our own existence, our own predicament. One of the reasons we read the names of our members is that there is a function and a power in their names. We are reminded of their lives, and we can visualize their faces, and we can hear their voices. Sometimes it's hard for us to imagine after someone has been gone for many years. When we think 17 years, 25 years, we're surprised how much time has gone by. I want to share with you one more true story. While at home years ago, at a home years ago doing the makaragyo for a 95-year-old woman, family gave to me the homyo, or the Buddhist name of the woman. Inside the envelope with the homyo was an old yellowing letter in Japanese. The letter was from her father. Well, it turns out this woman came to America as a picture bride, as a young teenager. She never heard from her father after she left Japan until this letter arrived in 1938. They were his last words to his daughter. And she held on to this letter all these years. The letter said, "I remember you the day you were born. I remember watching you running and laughing. Do not ever worry about me. I will meet you again today. I will meet you again tomorrow. I will meet you 100 years from now. Namo Amida Butsu. Isaburo." This is the end of the letter. This was a woman who always was muttering the Nembutsu. When she did it in that moment, she became that young girl again. She became the young daughter that her father remembered. The father, who had not seen his daughter in almost 40 years, was expressing a truth. The daughter, in reading that letter, was experiencing a truth. It is a timeless truth, one that no one or one thing can change or take away. It is the truth that caused both to celebrate in gratitude. The truth that they are deeply connected to one another. We can understand how this father and daughter both felt. The truth that they experienced was Namo Amida Butsu. To be consistently and constantly embraced beyond all barriers of time and space. This reminds us all of what we truly have received and what we continue to receive. And after our loved ones have attained the enlightenment of the Pure Land, one can return to this human world and work freely to save others, including you and I. This is called the virtue of returning, which is to return from the other world to this world, or from the next life to this present life. In the words Otosan, Okasan, Father, Mother, they evoke some memory and feelings deep within us, no matter how much time has passed. The name Amida transmits the saving power of the vow, just like the virtue of your parents in their name. Amida's great compassion and concern for us is transmitted through the name of Amida. The Buddha's land is where our loved ones reside. Those who are born there are in Buddha land, which is the same as Amida. They are identical. So when we say Namo Amida Butsu, it is a lifeline to our family. So despite my foolish self, from this moment to eternity, the true mind and heart, the love and the concern of Amida shall continue to influence and take effect upon each of us. And to experience this embrace is Namo Amida Butsu. Please join me in Gassho. Nyorai yo ni koshutsu shi tamo yue wa tada mida hongan kai o tokan to nari gojoku akuji no gunjo kai masani nyorai nyojitsu no mikoto o shinzu beshi. The reason for the Tathagata's appearance in the world is solely to preach the ocean-like original vow of Amida. The ocean of multitudinous beings in the evil age with 5 defilements should believe in the Tathagata's true words. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much.